Hi everybody, this is a video about the exclusion rule. The exclusion rule is a rule with social golfer where you make sure certain players never play with each other. I've got 3 examples and I want to take you through each one of them. The first one is you've got a regular weekly group um, and you've got a bunch of players, and there's some players that just cannot stand each other, and they should never be assigned in the same group together. In this example, I'm going to say Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau never wants to be in the same group together when we have rounds. So I've created 8 different rounds, and we're going to, for each round, we're going to have a free ball, and every time I recompute, you will notice that Bryson and Deschamps and Brooks Koepka are never in the same group. Let me just mark that over here. So let me go to the next round of golf. This is the week 2. We do the same thing again, recompute. So I'm just going to cycle through all of them, quickly do the recompute every time, and you will see that they've never been assigned together. Compute another one. We go to the matrix again. We'll go to Brooks Koepka, and we'll see that these two are never playing with each other as more games get played and more assignments get made by the calculation. Do another calculation, save it. Do another calculation, save it. And then go to the last one, recompute, save it. And you'll see that now everybody has played with everybody else except Bryson and Brooks Koepka has never played with each other in the same group. Now let me explain to you a little bit about how this exclusion rule works. Basically, you mark the player that you want in the exclusion group and the other player that's part of that exclusion, and then you save it by clicking on that player's name again. Let me go to another example. We've got the example of training camp. So in this training camp, we have 4 golf pros with 12 golfers, and they go for a week on training. In the morning, they will have training sessions. They will have a training session in the morning, and in the afternoon, they will all go play on the course, and the golf pros will be assigned each with pupils. Tuesday you will see them the same thing. So what we do is we say we never want the pros to play in the same group together. I click on Rory, Scotty, Jordan and Victor. They will never play together. I save that. I go to Scotty. I will say Scotty shouldn't play with Jordan and Victor. I save that. And then Jordan shouldn't play with Victor. And I save that, and when I go to Victor, you'll see he's not playing with any of them. When I now do the assignment for the golfers with the recalculation, you will notice that the golf pros are never playing with each other, but everybody has a chance to play with every golf pro. So during the week, everybody has an opportunity to play with the golf pro. I've got another example where we take we have the newbies are welcome in a monthly tournament within the club, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that the newbies, the high handicappers, are not playing with each other, so they're always assigned with low handicappers. What we have to do is we then click on their names again. I've already pre-programmed this. Ethan, for example, shouldn't play with those. So everybody with a handicap from 29 or higher should not play with each other. When I do a calculation, you will notice that the low handicappers are never playing with high handicappers are never playing with other high handicappers. Now, I want to explain a little problem that we have. If we have too many high handicappers, let's say I include Liam in this group as well, and I say Liam shouldn't play with Lucas and James. When I do a calculation now, there's a conflict within the system, and you will see here there's an exclamation mark, and this exclamation mark indicates that some people have been assigned to each other. So there are some groups where there are two high handicappers playing together. There's no way for the calculation to be able to avoid that, so this is something you'll have to manually adjust when you do a calculation. So we'll have to go through, and we'll see that here Lucas and James have been assigned to each other. If you don't like this, you can then move James to the group, and you'd rather want him to play with Alex. You can pin them here, recompute, and now it will make sure that only these two high handicappers are playing with a very low handicapper, for example. Anyway, that is how the exclusion rule works.